Hello everyone, today we are going to discuss the MCQs from Class 6 Science Chapter 6 Materials Around Us. All the questions are concept based and have their easy explanations to help you prepare well for your exams. Do attempt the MCQs and do not forget to comment down the score. Let's start. What is a material? So we have to answer what is a material. Material is a substance used to create an object. Like we have clothes made up of cotton. So cotton is the material. Next question, which is not a material. Shape. Shape is not a material. Which statement is correct? An object can be made from different materials. A pen can be made using plastic, metal and ink. What is classification? Arranging objects into groups so that we can study them easily is called classification. Objects can be classified based on color, hardness, shape. So the answer is all of these. Why do we choose a particular material for making an object? Because of its properties and purpose of use. Take for example, if I have to make a tumbler, I am not going to use paper because it will leak. I am going to use some metal. So we have to decide the material based on its properties and the purpose for what we are using. Which material would be unsuitable for making a water storage tumbler? Cloth. I cannot use a cloth to make a tumbler. It will leak. Which property is especially important when choosing material for a water container? Ability to hold water. A material having a shiny surface is called lustrous. Which of these is generally lustrous? Iron. We know the metals are lustrous. Which of the following is generally non-lustrous? So the answer is rubber. Rest 3, gold, copper and aluminium are metals and they are lustrous. Are all lustrous materials metals? No. There are some lustrous materials like wood, but it is not metal. Why may an old metal object lose its luster? Due to air and moisture. We see that the metals react with air and moisture and form a dull layer. Materials that can be easily compressed or scratched are called soft. A material that is difficult to compress or scratch is called hard. Materials through which objects can be seen clearly are called transparent. Which is a transparent material? Clear glass. Materials through which we cannot see at all are called opaque. Which of the following is opaque? Answer is wood. Materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are translucent. Which is translucent? Frosted glass. Butter paper is generally translucent. Which sequence is correctly matched? Glass, opaque. No, glass is transparent. Wood, it is opaque. Frosted glass, yes, it is translucent. Why are containers used in shop often transparent? So that their content can be seen easily. Air is transparent because we can see the objects clearly through it. A substance that dissolves completely in water is called soluble. Which of these is soluble in water? The answer is sugar. Which material is insoluble in water? Answer is sand. Which pair contains two soluble materials? Sugar and salt. Which pair contains two insoluble materials? Sand and sawdust. If a material remains visible even after prolonged stirring in water, it is likely. The question means that even if I am stirring, it is still not becoming invisible in water. So the answer is insoluble. Why is dissolved oxygen important in water? It is important for the survival of aquatic plants and animals because they breathe through this dissolved oxygen. The property used to measure how heavy or light an object is called mass. An object that is heavier generally has more mass. The SI unit of mass is kilogram. Which is the correct way to write 7 kilograms? The answer is C. See, we do not use capital letters and also we do not use plural S. The space occupied by matter is called volume. Which of the following is commonly used to express the volume of liquid? It is liters. 500 ml written on a water bottle indicates its volume. The SI unit of volume is cubic meter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Which two properties are possessed by all the materials? All of them have mass and volume. Which of the following is matter? See, water, sand, pebbles, all of them have mass and they occupy space. So all of them are matter. A chair should be made from a material that is hard and does not bend easily. Which property is important here? The property is hardness. A student wants to separate household objects into groups based on their material properties. Which method would be most appropriate? So he should group based on the properties such as hardness, luster, and transparency. A shopkeeper keeps biscuit in a transparent container so that customers can see them. Which property of the material is useful here? The property is transparency. A steel spoon has a shiny surface when it is new. Which property is observed here? Luster. Salt disappears when stirred in a glass of water. Which property of salt is being demonstrated? Solubility. Sand remains visible at the bottom of a glass even after stirring it in water. Which property does this show? This shows the insolubility of sand. This is all from my side. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do like and share the video and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Stay tuned to the Curious Lab where you ask, explore and discover. Thank you.